Everybody, we're back again with the ESL India Premiership Studio segment, Summer Season Masters League, and no, that is still not God 5. Oh my God.
Get
dude.
over it.
I will never
Get
ever.
over
It's
it and
my
introduce
name.
me.
My name, my rules.
Get over it and introduce me.
All right, fine. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, first of all, once again to the ESL India Premiership 2018 Summer Season Masters League, which has been brought to you by Omen by HP, HyperX, Intel, and presented to you by the lovely folks at Northern Gaming and ESL, man. And now, moving on, everybody, I'm in a very happy mood to bring to light this amazing person joining me in the analyst desk. None other than the man, the rock, the shiny beacon of Counter-Strike Global Offensive, Aditya Adisha.
Thank you, Bagish. That was nice, but now I can also see that why you're not a radio jockey anymore.
Yes.
And this thing. So it's a good thing that you moved on. It's a good thing.
Okay then.
But
Okay.
no, anyways, yes, it is. Thank you. It is. It's the 14th day of the stream. It's the 14th stream day. That means, by the way, that we're not even 1/3 of the way through the stream. 1/4 of the way.
Like I said, you're the shining
the
beacon
tournament.
who'll take us home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay then, moving on. Moving on, we have an interesting game lined up. We have a too easy versus ATE game in the offing when it comes to Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
Globally offensive works as well.
I
because
said
the game
global
is
offensive, and
I mean,
my
because if you
tongue
look-
got stuck to
Yeah, I
my
know,
upper
like-
palate of my mouth. But
You could
moving
always
on,
ask for
that's
some
too-
water.
My floor manager decides to be on Insta while we're doing this, so sure. But right now, let's head off into a too easy gaming introduction. Okay, so little bit of nostalgia there, Adi. I think you chuckled internally when I said what what was that? So recently, our finance guy and me, we went to have this place called Sector 14 in Gurgaon. So apparently, there's this very famous place called Thaggu Ke Laddu, which has a kulfi called Badnaam Kulfi. So like we literally paid him money, and he's like, "Ha bhai, do badnaam kar do." And I'm like, "What just happened? Why are we getting badnaam here in the middle of the road?" So when I read Badman, I'm like, "Why is his name Badnaam, dude?"
I mean,
Why is he
considering you were
Badnaam?
in Sector 14, you probably were Badnaam anyway.
Yeah,
But
sure.
yeah, I mean, back to Too Easy Gaming, right? They've started this tournament pretty well, actually. They have they have a 16-8 win against Malhar. They've only played 2 games, by the way, as of now. They have a 16-8 win against Malhar, and Malhar is, by the way, ex-Eternal with just 1 player change. So still a pretty formidable team, right? Should be there in the top 4, which I do think like they'll be in the top 4 along with Brutality as well, other than AT and Entity Gaming, other than Too Easy and Entity Gaming, who I do think are poised for a 1-2 finish in this Summer Masters League, you know. So Too Easy, of course, they got a default win over Entity Gaming right on the first day because of the shenanigans of their coach. But yeah, I mean, they played well against Entity. Let's not... it wasn't a one-sided game or anything, and it could have swung in either favor. It was 13 all at one time, right? So it's not bad. Too Easy is playing well, and I think even though they have a new addition to the roster, right, that is Badman. I still think Badman. I still think that they're still a very strong team because they play the basics of the game correctly.
Okay then. Okay then. So let's quickly head off to our participant number 2 in this duel, the opposition.
ATE Gaming.
ATE Gaming. ATE Gaming. Yes. All right, Kappa and gang there, ATE Gaming. What does ATE stand for again?
So I was going to get to that actually. Let's not. We will get to it. There was a very nice wordplay I was going to do, man, and you're just ruining by asking me the full form of ATE Gaming right now.
Okay.
Fine, it's accuracy, teamwork, experience, or is it excellence? It's one of the two.
Oh, I just thought it was at Taiwan Excellence Gaming. It goes to that.
Now you know why he's not a creative person. Why he
I-
just sits here and reads off a script, which we don't have, actually. But still, yeah, I
Nothing.
mean,
This is false paper.
so
No
getting to
script
80
here,
gaming, by
nothing.
the way, right? I have a note here, which was in a game versus Brutality, Ryder played against Ritesh instead of Ritesh in 80 gaming, and my note says Ritz is benched. I'm not sure if it was just for that game or if he's benched, which would mean that Ryder would be playing this game again instead of Ritz. But yeah, I mean, I guess we'll find out once we go into the game, right?
All right.
But yeah, AT started off really, really badly, by the way. They're bottom of the table right now, and that's because they have a 0-3
Score.
record. Yeah,
Record.
like, you know, they've won 0 games out of the 3 they've played. One of them was, of course, it was close. It was against Invictus on Inferno. They lost 16-14. And then the other 2 were not so close at all. Against Malhar, they got pretty much spanked with a 16-7 scoreline. And even against Brutals, they lost 16-11. They did put up a fight. But again, yesterday I did talk about Brutals and the amount of mistakes they are prone to making, right? And that was also one of the reasons why the Brutals versus AT game was so close. Like, I mean, closer than, you know, the scoreline suggests that it's more flattering than the game actually was. The game was pretty one-sided right from the offset. So that 16-11, not really a good number for that game. But yeah, I mean, I was just going to sum it up by saying that they really need to show some accuracy, some teamwork, and some experience, and really need to dig themselves out of this hole that they have started to sink into, because, you know, it's like they have 1 foot in the quicksand right now, and if they're not careful, if they don't buck up, right, if they don't play to that
somebody
name,
who
right, to that
challenger is
name,
already
because
waiting
AT
for them.
Gaming to me and to a lot of the CS community is a loved name, and if you're going to bring down that name with these sort of performances, it's not going to bode well. That name deserves much better performances, and this squad has it in them. It's not like, you know, it's not like they're a bad bunch of players, right? They're all good players, and they just need to show some initiative and just play better.
Okay, then I'm agreeing with you. I'm totally agreeing with you, man. So
Exact-
much of emotion. In fact, right now, let's head off into the map pick and veto and see what's in store for us there. So as we can see, Overpass, Inferno,
God
Mirage
damn it.
got banned. So Overpass, Inferno, Mirage gets banned by ATE. Cash, Nuke, Train gets banned by Too Easy. Leaves us with Aditya's least favorite map.
Most hated map. I would rather have a Masters game played on CS_Untitled. It's much better of a arena for finding out which team is better versus Cobble, because Cobble just lends itself to chaos. It's basically that. And actually, we can actually explain the map once with our video, and then I'll get into why I hate this map so much.
Okay, sure. Let's head off into the video.
CobbleStone. A map despised by Adi, our resident CSGO analyst. This peculiar map with its high walls and massive doors has one major choke point, the drop zone. If the terrorists secure this area, the counter-terrorists have next to no chance of taking the round.
All right, that's CobbleStone with my voice.
Yep.
Which makes it sound like a
With
BBC
my
Planet
words.
Earth
With
introduction.
with my words and your voice, right?
Yeah, it's like, now moving on to the B drop site.
So now you know, like, why I hate this map so much. It's basically because all it revolves around is drop control.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you win drop, and and the problem with drop is also it's luck of the draw. It's not guaranteed that, you know, this sort of strat will win you drop. Of course, SK has a very good way of taking drop, and that way generally works, but it does require an like next level team play that SK has. Like, you know, they have that sort of communication and that sort of team play together, and we can't expect any other team to show us that sort of coordination when it comes to taking drop control. Of course, there are other ways to play CobbleStone. You could probably just ignore drop, get A-long control, and you know, just do a smoke execute. And the same thing at B. A lot of people like doing the B wall of smokes execute as well, but I think that those strategies are now dated. I don't think that they are so I don't think they're really. They're not a meta anymore. Like it was that, the whole smoke execution was a meta in itself for much of last year, right? Most of last year actually, and now it's just it's not so. It's just a more chaos-driven map, and that's why I think that this veto by Too Easy is a bit peculiar. I think it's actually downright stupid to give ATE a map which I know Too Easy is comfortable on Cobble, by the way, but I still think giving a map to ATE which and letting a map that leans towards chaos letting a map like that through is a bad idea, bad decision.
All right then. So
before, yeah, I know you were gonna go to the game, weren't you?
No, I was not.
Fine. Before going to the game, I wanted to take this over. I'm sorry, Vagish. I know you're the host. It's all right. There. But I did want to point out that today is a special day, by the way. Today is Archishman Fet Pradhan's birthday. And we've created a little something for him, like with his outtakes. So if production could roll that video, please.
I don't know why I did that.
On the other side, considering that you can't clap with just one hand.
No, you can. I'll show you.
I don't know how he still manages to do it. I will keep at it. I will keep at it till I die.
I have to give you guys some. I have to give you guys some context. By the way, this was an outtake from one of our episodes that we showcased on D-Sport last season, in the winter or maybe the fall of the winter of last season. This episode, was on D-Sport. It was a Premiership match, and he was on as our analyst at that time, along with Vagish, who was the host. And during an outtake, it wasn't an outtake, but he made it, like Fet made it an outtake.
Yeah.
And it gives us quality meme material, at least. So I think
Fet
some
will
GIFs.
Be known now.
So I really hope the community, you got to make some GIFs on that, by the way. We will make it easier for you by posting it on Facebook, so you can download that video itself and make a GIF. But so happy birthday, Fet, and I'll let you do the honors.
No, please. While you're at it, you're nicely doing it. Continue.
Sure, I will do it then. Happy birthday, Fet, and is khushi ke mamle mein, like due to you have decided to cast for us as well, so we are going to take this go over to the game now, which is Too Easy versus AT Gaming on the map CobbleStone. So our casters, Fet and Mamba, are ready for you. So let's go to them.
Let's go to them.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another day, another match in the ESL India Premiership. It is today Too Easy Gaming and AT Gaming going up against each other. But in the meantime, let me take this moment and the opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Ranjit Mamba Senior Patel, and alongside me I have the god of words, the ever so charming with the words, and the god of idioms, Mr. Archishman Fet Pradhan, who, well, he also has his birthday today. So before we start off, a very happy birthday to you, Fet. I hope you're doing good, and I hope your day was good as well.
Thank you. Yes, my day has been rather spectacular. It's only going to be made special by today's game, ATE versus Too Easy.
Well, in the meantime, it's going to be Batman who's going to get taken out. Ryder getting the first one, going to get the second as well. Pokey, while being blind, is going to find the frag onto Ryder. And Rex, he's going to get traded out as well. So it's going to be a 3-3 situation to work with. And this is turning out to be quite a spectacle. Tito is just going to be waiting it out. And Recall Master towards the cubby, towards the shed, towards the B-bomb side. And this is going to be quite interesting because they did go in for that early aggressive drop take. But the CDs could manage to cut it off. And look at the amount of information that the CDs have. Tito has backstabbed them right across. And he's going to be waiting it out towards the track and load area. So this is going to be pretty interesting to see. And Recall Master will have to go huge if he wants to get this round. He has a kit and a smoke to work with. Does not have to take that fight head on. But he's going to spot. And he's going to get spotted as well while being taken down to 23 points of alive. It's going to be all on Tito, who has to do all the work in the world to try and get that backstab going. But I think the Terry side is actually going to hear him, or maybe not. Tito is going to miss out on the shot. Recoil Master is going to find one. Tito whipping a lot of shots. Tito, you should not be doing this. You cannot afford these whiffs. Is going to get taken down by Kappa and Pokey. Just waiting it out towards the drop zone. Can he pull this off though? This is going to be the question, Fed.
I mean, it's going to be a very difficult pickup for Pokey. He has to be the anchor towards connector. He is the sole person holding off this rotation because, well, and let's be honest, with the players being as low as they are, and what Pokey picks up Kappa, and that's the bomb down. That's essentially round over. Buster does have HP to work with. Pokey is just beating a hasty retreat. Headshots too easy, pulling that round just out of the ass like a magician pulls a round. And again, as Adi pointed out during the cast, it all came down to drop control, and it's the luck of the draw. This time it went in favor of Too Easy. They had 3 players in drop on the pistol round, and they just formed the perfect crossfire. Badman getting that opening pick, Pokey and Rexy chiming in with a kill apiece, and then it was just the Pokey show all over, cleaning house.
Well, that's true, and I think we might just be running into an issue with the microphones on TeamSpeak, but we'll fix that in a bit. In the meantime, Tito is just going to be waiting it out, and the flashbang is going to pop out as well. Well, they do have 2 flashes to work on, and Tito has made his way towards a really good spot. But Pokey with a crossfire, I like it, but the flashbang is going to be coming up. No one is watching him. What is even happening? Tito is going to get the first one, get the second one as well. Being a little too impatient, he's going to get traded out really quickly, and Rexy getting the headshot onto Hellfighter. Falling back is going to reduce it to a 2-3-3, and Tito should have done a lot more from that situation, a lot more from that position as well. But Rexy again being spotted. The C4 is going to go down as well. A lot of cash coming in for the Terry side. And look at that, though. Rexy is just going to destroy Ryder while it's going to be Kappa on 10 points of fill. He's going to find the first one, going to get the second one as well. Nope. Rexy is going to deny him the frag and the round as well, while Rexy just allows his teammate to pick up the weapons up. And I'm not quite. Oh, well, he has the M4 on 3, so they're trying to pick that up while. Oh my god, these guys. Well, they finally found the M4. But they should have known you cannot boost yourself up top from here. This is just. Well,
I mean, just
yeah.
because Stewie and Fallen can jump from Broken Wall towards tree doesn't mean you can boost each other up from anywhere your heart desires, right, Mamba?
That is true. That is very true.
I mean, yeah, it's okay. They did manage to retrieve the M4. Got a decent bit of cash on Rexy and Recoil Master, who managed to stay alive. And the most important part is that they won that anti-eco, and we've been seeing time and time again the teams from India are struggling to close out the anti-force by rounds and consistently losing to the armor pistol buys that come out from the opposition. And Badman this time is going to be taking an aggressive position towards A-Long, while Recoil Master supports him towards mid. Buster, I think he thought about pushing that smoke, but then decided better against it. It's just going to be upgraded Deagles, 3 upgraded Deagles and 1 P250. They did get the bomb down, which means they're going to have some extra money to take into the next round when they go in for their full proper buy. So they can afford the upgraded pistols. Badman needs to be careful. Deathmaker. And he is a man of his moniker. And there we go. Just not being able to live up to his name. And Recoil Master and Badman will just clean up shop towards A-Long. That's going to leave Kappa all alone in a 1v4. Can he do some economic damage? And the answer is hell yeah. Kappa decapitates Recoil Master in a 1v3. They're circling in. The vultures are circling in on the last remaining survivor. And there's Tito Savage brutalizing Kappa's body. Puts him to bed. And Too Easy get off to a flying start. 3-0. Now's D-Day. Now's the round that actually determines where, how the game is going to get set up. CobbleStone historically has been a T-sided map, but off late the meta has been shifting more towards the CT side in top tier Counter-Strike. So let's see if that meta has trickled down to the Indian professional Counter-Strike scene.
Well, that's something we'll only find out as the game progresses. But in the meantime, it's going to be Recoil Master on the op on the CT side, which is going to make things a little more interesting because the op on CobbleStone is very important, and he's going to be opping towards B. Well, he's going to be opping towards the A bomb side. Excuse me, right there. But okay, priming that nade up is going to be throwing that in. Will do quite some damage, and Hillfighter is going to get taken out to 76 points of health. And I really like this play from the CTs. Doing something, I wouldn't really call it innovative, but doing something different from the normal plays that we see on CobbleStone. But the flashback coming towards mid, Buster is going to get blinded. And the CTs making sure they do not give up map control ever so easily. And this is a brilliant counter-strike being played out by CT side. And we still have two MP9s to work with. So this is a little ballsy, in my opinion, from both the teams. And Rex is going to be falling back after throwing that incendiary inside the drop zone. And Badman being boosted up top will have to do a lot of work. Even though he has the AWP backing him up, he won't get backstabbed, but after in the first one, he is probably going to get traded out. Most like on Rexy. Oh, being so scared and not firing, being a little calm. And it's actually going to work on his way. While Hellfighter gets taken out of 76 points of health. And look at the amount of time that the CT side has, pulled out of the clock, and the amount of resources that the Cherry side was used to, forced to use as well. And Batman is going to get spotted. He's going to fall down as well. Look at that teamwork, though. Recall Master saving his teammate, right? The Batman gets the second frag as well. Can they pull this round off? The Recall Master is in a really tough spot, and the flashbang is going to be on point. Everyone's going to get blinded. Badman watching A-Long, and this is perfect, picture perfect Counter-Strike being played out by Too Easy Gaming, and this is just a sight to watch. And Recall Master going around the corner. Deathmaker is going to find the first one, get the second one as well. Hellfight is going to go down. And look at Recall, though, waiting out towards the truck. Will finally get taken down. And in a... Alright, the clock is going to run out. Ryder is not going to have any cash to work with, while Tito tries to walk up. I mean, he didn't really have anything to lose out on. He could have just pushed in, but he decided that he's not going to push out. But that is going to be the fourth round coming off to Easy Gaming.
Yep. ATE just kind of overthought that round and played themselves into a very tight corner. They're leaving just 30 seconds left on the clock on a 5v5 in a 5v5 situation without having done any damage, collected any information. Too Easy played that to near perfection. They played passive. Yes, it is CobbleStone, though. I don't see how many ways there are of playing the CT side on this map. You cannot be too over eager and aggressive in your takes, in your holds of the bomb sites, because you will get punished. You push B long, there's an AK-47 waiting for you. You push A long, there's, well, a couple of AK-47s waiting for you. You push mid, you're essentially dead most of the times. So Tito playing on the edge of the smoke, he's playing a very smart game, but he's gonna get blinded. He needs to be careful, and he's gonna get taken apart, completely mauled. Pokey in the meantime does find Buster. He's gonna hold the line, gets Capper, trying to spray down more players, but unfortunately will not find any more kills. In the meantime, Rexy recovers the M4, gets the kill on Hellfighter as well, but Deathmaker, true to his name, finds Recoil Master, but Rexy, the one-man wall, playing from Triangle, just sees off that round. Another close round. Mamba, I just don't get it. It's these pistol armors that are consistently, जो बोलते हैं ना कीड़ा करना opponent में, like they're just constantly getting picks left, right, and center, keeping the economy humble, keeping the money honest on the CT side. And the CT economy already is so hard to get a roll, to get going. And I'm just afraid that Too Easy, even though they're 5-0 up, if they lose one wrong round here and there, given the current state of their economy, they're gonna have to eco, and that may just be the little boost in momentum that ATE need to just get off and take off in the first half.
Absolutely true. And if you noticed, Tito actually had $7,000 in the last round to work with when the round started off, and right now he has $50. So the amount of weapons that this guy has dropped is unreal, and his teammates need to fix the mistakes. They need to stop dying, because the amount of money that you have to spend, especially on a map like CobbleStone, is unreal. And the resources, smokes and molotovs play a very pivotal role. So, well, this is gonna be interesting to see how it actually works out. But in the meantime, Ryder is going to have the Mac 10 to work with, and Kappa trying to take B-long control, a minute and 4 seconds on the clock to work with, and Too Easy. The way these guys use their resources is just so unreal, right? It's so good. And the flashbang is going to go out as well, and Pokey just waiting it out, and Kappa is going to try and find the frag, but it's gonna fall back. He's going to surround 4 points of health while Pokey gets taken down, and the Mac 10 actually doing a lot of making quick work of him. Rexy is going to surround 9 points of health. Can he stop the plan, though? It is going to get taken down from behind. It's going to be Batman and Recall Master. They have to realize if they cannot find a pick in the next 10 seconds, they have to go fall back and save those weapons up. And this is going to be upsetting for Recall Master. Could have found that frag, but is going to miss out on the shot. Batman is trying to hold the cross off. The flashbang is going to go out as well. He's not going to blind anyone, and Hellfighter will get taken down, while Kappa finds the head of Recall Master. And that is going to be the first round coming up. And this is exactly what we were talking about, right, Fred? You mentioned that if the CTs lose around, the economy is going to be in shambles, and this is exactly what has happened right now. Yeah,
like one round, that's all. 5-0 is the score, and Too Easy don't have enough saved up in their bank to go for 2 consecutive buys. That's what happens on the CT side if you consistently lose 3 or more players. Like, look at the rounds that they've won. They've gotten 2 people alive, 2 people alive, 3 alive. That was the best round that they put on the board. That was again, just pistols. 1 alive and 2 alive. They just don't have any money left to go to string 2 buys together. Now they're gonna go from a pistol, at least on 2 players, and two of those players are on double eco territory. So this is gonna be a very shady buy coming out from them in the next round if at all they go for a buy. They do have a 4-round lead, so they can consolidate their money and play the long game instead of just being impatient. Badman playing on the edge of the smoke. He's playing a very high risk, high reward gamble, but the problem is he just has the USP, that too unsilenced. Man's got balls. He's got balls the size of 2 globes, and he's gonna go peeking. He's gonna get his dome scalped. In the meantime, Deathmaker getting the 2 opening frags. Hellfighter wielding the AK-47, spots out Pokey, but it is gonna be Kappa who's gonna be the can opener towards the B-bomb site.
Well, it was kind of ballsy to go in for the pistol arm. I mean, I would have rather just went in for a complete eco and have those extra set of utilities that you would have, but nonetheless, too easy going in for that, and that is going to be the second round coming up for AT Gaming. Now, talking about Rexy, right? The way this guy has been performing overall since he has come up and since we've discovered him on Too Easy, he has just been blowing me away absolutely. I remember I was scrimming against them. I think it was day before yesterday. And he was subbing in for War, alright? And it was the same map, it was CobbleStone. And we actually somehow managed to pull it off, even though we were a random team. It was Spawn, myself, Leo Adrian, and 2 more players. And somehow War managed to lose that, but Rex was carrying them. It was carrying them like there was no tomorrow. He had like around 28 frags, and the rest of the team was lingering around 17, 18, 19 frags. But this guy is sheer talent, and he has been able to unleash himself. But having a very good early game, he has been tamed down a little in the last 2 or 3 rounds. So this is gonna be interesting to see if he can show up again on this map. And Deathmaker, living up to his name, he has been the latest addition to AT lineup. And Ritz, I think Adi did mention he has gotten benched, but Ryder playing again today. So I'm not quite sure how this is gonna work out, because I did read the announcement of the new player coming in, but this new, I think this is a little too ambitious with the lineup, because the amount of experience they have with Kappa and Buster is good, but Hellfighter and Deathmaker aren't really that experienced, to be very honest.
I mean, the thing is, yes, Deathmaker is a young kid. I think he's from Silchar, right?
I think yes.
Yeah, he's a young kid, but see, young talent needs experience to grow and get nurtured, and I don't think there's anyone better than Kappa, Buster. These guys have been around in the scene for so long that they can actually help him grow and mold him into the player that this country needs. An explosive player with good comms and a decent understanding for the game. And I don't see anyone better than these guys to actually mentor and nurture him into the player that I know that he can be, because I've been following him since his JMD days, and he has been an amazing talent. He's got such a good grasp of the in-game mechanics, and the way he plays the game is just so good. And I'm really surprised that that Too Easy are consistently going for the boost position, the tree position, because they're not really getting much from that. There we go. Pokey, he needed to find at least 1 more kill, but he just found 1. There's just 1 player, that's Recoil Master, towards the A bomb site, and it does look like Buster has made his way in, and the bomb will follow suit shortly. Recoil needs to be careful. Wow, okay, Recoil Master gets that pick and brings it down to a 3v3. Doesn't take that much damage either, still on half health. Ryder's gonna go planting towards long. There is a player towards APC. That's going to be Deathmaker, and he is going to live up to his name. Deathmaker indeed. Ryder finds Recoil Master, and now it's all down to Mr. Land God himself. Rahul, Sridhar, Tito Savage. Can he do it? I don't think he's interested in going for the retake. He's just going to sit back and maybe try and pick up some exits if they present themselves. But that force buy definitely not working out for Too Easy Gaming. They did put everything they had into this round, and now they're going to have to bow down and walk away slowly, and Tito is doing just that.
Well, I don't understand where their thought process is coming from, because they realize that the economy on the cherry side isn't that great either. But the way the last 3 rounds the way AT has won the last 3 rounds, look at the amount of cash they have. They've only won 3 rounds, but the CT side was not able to do any sort of economic damage. Now they're just rolling in money like the Arabs. And on an average, they have about $7,000, except for Buster, who's lingering around 2,600. Well, it's a lot of money to work with, especially on the Terror side. Now, you know, the 2EZ squad will have to do much more than just pulling off 2 rounds. They'll have to be consistent with the rounds once they start pulling them off, because if they pick one off and lose the other one, they're going to get reset completely, and this might just end up being a half or 80 game. But Rex, in the meantime, is going to get boosted up top. We'll find the frag onto Ryder, and that is going to make things a little easier for 2EZ. But in the meantime, Hellfighter is going to get boosted up top, and this is one position that does not get flashed when the CT is pushed up. So this is going to be very important, very crucial for the Terror side to find that information, and well, crucial for the CTs as well if they try to push up, but that is not going to be the case because they do not have the weapons to work with. And this is going to be quite interesting to see, because Tito just holding that angle of 1 minute and 14 seconds on the clock to work with, while Rexy watches the drop zone with the C75, and the C4 is going to be making his way towards B long. And this is going to be a little too ambitious of Rexy if he's just going to stand there without anything in his hands, because the flashbang might just come in and blind him. But in the meantime, the smokes have started to pour out, and Tito is going to be throwing a flashbang. So trying to find the frag is going to get taken down. This was a good play. I mean, I like it, but in the meantime, Tito is going to get taken a pokey. He is going to be in that cubby position. I would have rather liked it if Tito was playing it, because he had a better chance of getting more frags with the weapon he had. Now the crossfire is perfect. It's perfect, but that pokey is going to get taken. He's going to get destroyed, while Rexy gets the second frag buster. He's going to get taken down, and it is going to leave Recoil Master all alone in a 1v3. Not quite sure why Tito did not play that position, because he would have had a better chance of killing people from there. But nonetheless, that is not going to happen. And Kappa is going, almost being taken out, surviving on 15 points of health, and that is going to be the 4th round coming up for the Terror side.
Yeah, and now 2EZ can finally go in for their full proper buy. They're going to have rifles across the board. Yes, certain players will be lacking a little bit in the utility front, or maybe they forego the kits. But no, Badman is going to at least have 1 kit. So there's going to be at least 1 kit on the CT side, and Recoil Master going for the AVP. Not really sure why he's gone for the head armor. I would have rather he picked up a smoke instead of the helmet. They're up against AKs and 1 op, so there's no point having that helmet, to be honest. It's a 1-shot headshot from any range regardless of recoil. Being very adventurous and taking some initiative, seizing the day, as they say. Trying to get some aggro information and or a pick to help his team come out on top this early game in the 10th round. It's a very crucial round. Scores are going to get tied, and 2EZ will be facing another eco if they lose this. And just remember what I said, Mamba. Just all ATE need is 1 round to run away with the first half. And look at that. They won 1 round and they haven't lost, and they've managed to string 4 together. And 2EZ have just had no answer whatsoever.
Archie, best brain CSGO. Hashtag best analyst.
Nah,
yeah,
that's Adi. That's Adi.
No, but you know, jokes apart, it was a pretty good call on your part as well. You know, Blade does say that you have a global brain but a silver aim, but you know, you do understand the game way too well.
You've seen my aim. It's way beyond silver. Silvers can be redeemed. Me, no
I like
way.
the nade though. I like this nade. It didn't really do much, but I like the nade right there. And the smoke's gonna come up as well. And Pokey, this actually does help. This helps Pokey more than this helps the Cherry side, because now he has the smoke to fall back onto if he gets the first frag. So I'm not really fond of the smoke. They could have used a Molotov there if they please, but Badman is gonna be pushed up. Buster might just get taken down. And look at that though, the CTs. And Recoil Master is going to miss out on the shot. Is going to go in for the repeat. He's going to go in, and look at that shot. Deathmaker is going to get deleted off the server. And the flick from Recoil Master being on point, while Rexy comes in. It's going to get spotted. Will not get taken. Will actually get taken now, but the refrag coming really quickly. Tito supporting his teammate right there, and that is going to be the 6th round coming up for the CT side. We might just see a pause coming up because there was a lag spike. I'm not quite sure, but 2EZ Gaming. Now this is going to be an even more crucial round for 2EZ, because if they lose this one, they are going to get utterly reset.
Yeah, 2EZ really need to win this. They had the perfect outcome for the previous round. They kept 4 players alive. That's more players they've kept alive than any other round that they've won. Obviously, the ones that they lost, everybody died. So, you know, it's a sign of good things to come maybe for 2EZ, but that just means that now things get even harder, because they have to win this round if they want to build up some bank, and they have to win this with by keeping at least 3 or more players alive. Otherwise, they're going to be in a world of economic trouble. Like, even if they win this round, and they're not going to have enough money to go in for the full proper buy. While ATE, 2 players are sitting comfy on above $7,500. I think Hellfighter's on 8,800, Kappa is on 7,900, Deathmaker is on 5,400. So even if they lose, Hellfighter and at least Kappa will be able to drop. No, okay. So it's only going to be Kappa who will be able to drop. Both economies are a bit precarious, but definitely ATE in a better position monetarily as compared to 2EZ Gaming. And this just, I don't know, it just reminds me of my current bank balance. Like, just to spend or not to spend, that is the question. And this is not spend on luxuries like, you know, air freshener and or tissue paper. No, it's like dinner or lunch. That's how precarious the money situation is on both teams right now.
I'll actually go for lunch, but yeah, just saying. Recall Master, although the mornings will actually be pretty difficult, you know, when you go to sleep on an empty stomach. But now getting back to the game, the C4 is going to make its way towards Dragon Lore, and it's actually going to get dropped off and picked up again at the same time. And we have a 2-man push coming in from the tier set towards A-Long. Now Badman along with Recall Master, and Recall Master not getting flash buster is going to be really upset about that and missing out on the flashbang. Now these are the mistakes that actually end up costing you the rounds. Why did I even say causing? But nonetheless, Badman is going to be falling back, realizing that he might just get overwhelmed, and Recall Master is going to fall back. So the flashbang though will do a lot in terms of helping him trying to peek towards mid, but the Molotov giving away that there has been no one who has peeked out towards mid, and Recall will have to be a little careful while Badman watches his cross and the flashes. Will probably get primed up, but the T side. Now this is where the flashes come in, right? For the chase. Deathmaker will have to go in dry. He cannot even push the smoke. He cannot catch the CD off guard because he does not have a single flash to work with on his entire team. And Recall Master is going to be flashing it, and well, look at that. That teamwork, that was so beautiful. 2EZ Gaming is tickling me in the right places, but Recall is going to fall back. It's going to spot the terrace, and he's going to find the frag onto Ryder as well. And the players are a little upset with what has been happening on the server, but in the meantime, Badman just waiting it out. Kappa and Hellfighter just gonna chill towards A-Long. And I think this might just as well be the round for the CD side fit.
Yep, and not just that, they may just be able to do it with keeping 4 or more players alive, and the last player left alive is gonna be, well, Hellfighter, who does find 2 kills. The op still getting retrieved nonetheless. And 2EZ sailing on over to 7 rounds. They have the money to go for another buy, but again, their money isn't shored up just yet. They haven't yet secured 2 consecutive buys given their current economic position. Yeah, 3 players will be able to go in for buys, and Pokey will have to buy up. I think, yeah, he will have to buy up, and Tito and Pokey are going to struggle if they do lose this round. Anyway, game has been paused, and ATE, they didn't get the bomb down, but they can easily buy into this round. Like I said, they had enough in the coffers to go for a comfortable buy. But the problem the previous round, and you pointed it out perfectly, was the poor usage of utility on the part of ATE Gaming, and the fact that no trades came in whatsoever. Yes, Badman got that opening pick, or was that Recoil Master towards Long? I think it was Recoil Master towards Long who got the opening kill with the AWP. But the player who was playing second entry just completely shit the bed. There should have been a trade coming out immediately. You find out that there's an op at Long, and it's not a rifle that sprayed down your teammate. You push out, get the kill before the opper has the time to collect his wits about him, because it's a 1-second reload to just chamber the bullet, and Recoil went for the smoke. So you could have actually caught him with his pants down, just gunned him down and neutralized the man advantage, and actually had a very good chance of overwhelming that solo player that remained towards the A bomb site. But hey, I keep saying we have the luxury of X-ray, of the complete picture of the round, because we can see all 10 players in the server at any given time. So I'm willing to let that slide, but the trade should have come in my opinion.
Well, yeah, we all do believe that. And talking about the luxuries that we have, right? You know, it gives us a bigger picture. And the trade should have come in as well, yes, Fed, but they didn't, right? They didn't, and that is where they lost out the game. But in the meantime, talking about CobbleStone, I haven't seen Twizy play a lot of it recently, but yeah, talking about Rex, he played against us, so they were performing pretty well. But the teamwork on the side, right? On the A-bomb side, the flashes and the counter flashes have just been so perfect. The timing has been so perfect, and it just blows me away that an Indian team can actually be so well coordinated. And this has been one of the biggest strengths for Twizy. They do have the players to make those individual plays, but we've also seen them make those team plays. In the meantime, the flashbang is going to come out. Oh, actually, the smoke is going to come out. And look at that! That is so huge! And Tito is getting spotted. Is he going to get taken down? What is even happening, Tito? Well, Ryder not spotting him right there, but Rex is going to fall back, trying to forget the second one as well with the MP9. He's going to get will get taken down as well. And Tito could have done a lot better, but the flashbang being a little too ambitious, so either not avoiding the flashbang, being blinded. Now it's all going to be a recall master because Batman is on 3 points as well, and he does realize that he's going to get destroyed by Kappa, who got boosted up top on the tree, and Kappa Ryder is going to get taken down. But in the meantime, the refrag is going to be coming really quickly. And again, look at the amount of cash on the CD side. It's not great at all. Now we might just see an op to work with if the plays are for Mars and two UMP45s to work with not a lot of resources. So probably Batman will sacrifice unless they want to go in for an eco, which doesn't seem plausible right now.
Eco is their only option because this is the 13th round. Essentially, they've been reset. Given the amount of money that each player is carrying, they're going to get $1,900 for this round, losing this round, which they may or may not do because it's pistols, it's Indian CS, you never know. That's a can of worms that I just refuse to open and address. And Rexy, he's playing a very dangerous game. 3 players are staring him down. That nade's going to just sail harmlessly over his head. That Molotov, though, is going to force him out into the open, and, well, he's going to have to welcome arms with arms wide open. Sorry, welcome death with arms wide open. My bad.
That's alright, it happens to all of us. But it's a birthday, so we're going to let that slip through. But Batman is going to be on the lurk while he just does not realize there is someone behind him. He's going to get shanked. He is going to get knifed. There is a player behind him does not realize there's a Kappa. Oh, I can only imagine what the comms were like on their team speak. And like, Kappa behind you, and well, Buster. What? Did you see that?
Yeah, that was confusing. That was confusing indeed. I don't know. Again, a complete breakdown in communication, in my opinion. But Recoil Master surviving, he gets 1 kill. Has something to show for in the round. But yeah, for all intents and purposes, ATE Gaming are going to take it away and going to walk away with their 6th round. And this is turning out to be a rather interesting half. CobbleStone, not really known for being a balanced map. It either swings all the way towards the CT side or all the way towards the T side. But this has been a very balanced half of Counter-Strike between Twizy and ATE Gaming. No side actually completely controlling the terms or the pace of the game. Momentum swinging from one direction to the other in pockets. And it's been a rather well-fought game of CS thus far.
Well, that is true, and we have a double hop setup now on the CD side. This is going to be quite interesting because Cito has the op towards the B-bomb side, and Recoil Master having the op towards A-bomb side, while the smoke is going to get primed up by Rexy. Or is it just waiting for the Molotov to come in? Not quite sure, but Recoil trying to get some early information. Is going to fall back, and the C4 is going to get dropped towards Dragon Low, and pretty slow run coming from both the teams, but the terror side is going to huddle up towards B long and towards the drop area as well. And the flash is coming, blinding everyone towards B long. The Molotov is going to be coming up as well. Now Tito being a little ambitious is going to fall back. I really like that spot, but the flashbang is going to get thrown out towards B. Also is going to fall back, blinding himself by his own flashbang, which isn't something that usually happens. But the Molotov from the chair side, and Rexy being absolutely blinded, he's going to get taken down. Hellfighter helping his teammate right then. Batman holding off a really cheeky angle, and Pokey is going to find the headshot onto Deathmaker. He's going to fall back as well while Tito gets taken down by Kappa. Pokey trying to find the second one as well. He's going to find the headshot, and Kappa is going to go down as well, having a triple kill to work with. Recoil Master is going to be falling back from the bomb side, and Pokey could actually make it a quad kill or an ace if he pleases, if he wants to push out. And Recoil Master just waiting out towards the wins with the season 5 expecting a boost, and this is pretty ballsy from him because if someone gets boosted up top, there's a slight chance that he might just as well get taken down. But Ryder is going to be creeping up in a 2v3 situation. He has to make this play, he has to get that information, if not the fight. But Batman watching the door, so the CDs are playing it to perfection as well. Kappa is going to cross the door finally, While Ryder clears it out for him. And is he going to spot Recoil Master? Nope, that is not going to happen. Recoil Master playing to perfection. The nade is going to go out as well. That is not going to do a lot of damage. And Hellfighter planting the bomb down. Now this is going to be interesting. If he can actually manage to hold this off, this is going to be one brilliant round coming in from AT Gaming. But look at the discipline. Look at the discipline. Even though there were two people towards A bomb side, Badman is going to be coming in waiting for Pokey. But Badman with a one tap and finishing off Hellfighter. That is going to be the 8th round coming up for Too Easy Gaming.
And I'd just like the audience to notice how Too Easy played that. They were up 3v2. Recoil Master was in balcony towards the A bomb side, but he decided to fall back and allow for his teammates to come in for the rotation. They decided as a team to play for the retake. They allowed the bomb to go down and just play for the retake. And I don't know why Rexy has an MP9. I honestly don't. I mean, I think he's been playing drop the entire game, so it is a fairly viable gun at that in that closed in the confines of that little place I like to call hellhole, not drop. I hate this position. I hate this map. But what Too Easy did the previous round is textbook Counter-Strike, and it can be applied to any map and most situations on the retake. If you have the man advantage, play the numbers game. Recoil was fortuitous that Deathmaker decided to push Murder Hole and got that kill. But even if he hadn't, they played that absolutely right. They went for the peek, went for the double peek, and got the trade. They didn't even need the trade because it was 1v3 and Hellfighter got overwhelmed and didn't know whom to shoot at. In the meantime, it is going to be a B hit. Pokey drops the Molotov, but Deathmaker finds Tito. And Pokey has been looking so dangerous, and Rexy in the meantime with that MP9 gets one kill, upgrades the AK-47. Recoil Master chimes in with a kill on the Hellfighter. Recoil Master gets Deathmaker as well. But look at this Buster. Sneaky, beaky-like. Slithering his way into the backstab. Rexy needs to be careful. He can get shot in the ass. Oh, Badman made noise and triggered discipline, but now they know exactly where Buster is. But the CTs are sandwiched. They need to be careful. Bomb is stuck towards B long. This is a very precarious situation for both the teams. And I think the CTs are going to fall back in towards drop. Yeah, they are. Rexy needs to be careful. He's going to use the silent ninja technique to try and flank around Buster. But caught looking the wrong way. It's a 1-for-1 trade. And Recoil Master, they think it's an A hit when the bomb is just chilling towards B. Bomb gets planted. Oh, how unfortunate. Recoil thinks that it's an A plant, whereas in reality it is towards the B bomb site. That's going to give ample time for Ryder to take whatever position he wants towards the B bomb site. It's not really planted for him, but Ryder can actually cut off the legs from underneath this attack even before Recoil Master makes his way onto the bomb site. And he's shaving crucial seconds off the clock because of his positioning, but that should tell Recoil Master the approximate positioning of Ryder. And the clock's ticking. Recoil Master has to go for the defuse, and he's going to stick it. Pros don't fake. It's the final round of the half, and oh, that was close. Came down to the last second. Ryder gets the kill. 8-7. The first half ends in favor of Too Easy Gaming. And my God, what a first half of Counter-Strike that has been.
That sure was a brilliant half of Counter-Strike, and I'm not sure when Recoil Master threw that gun away, he was just a little hopeless, or was he trying to fake that he switched the weapon up? I'm still not quite sure. Maybe I'm just overthinking right now, but well, he tried his best. He tried his best to pull that round off, and the scoreline is 8-7 in the favor of Too Easy Gaming. And Kappa has actually asked to stop the round, and well, so this round is going to get reset. This round is going to get played again, but in the meantime, they have started going towards bebops. I'm not quite sure. Alright, this is a little confusing because they did ask to stop the round, but I think they're playing it as if it's live, so we're just gonna go with it. And on the CD side, they don't have any kits to work with. Now this can be a problem because, you know, on a map like CobbleStone, the rotations are so long, they're so time consuming. Need a kit to work with, and Pokey is gonna find the first track, gonna find the second one as well. Is gonna try and find it, but in the meantime, Badman is just going to, you know, come around the corner and steal the frag. Ryder getting a 3K right there from Chicken Coop. Can he pull off the ace? Though he has to, if he wants to win this round for his team. He's going to go 99 points of L to work with, so this is more than doable for him. And look at that snappy aim, but Tito is going to find the headshot onto him, and that is getting the first round coming up for Too Easy Gaming.
And yet again, just notice, I pointed this out during the 1v3 that Hellfighter was in, and now Ryder. Too Easy Gaming don't go peeking one by one in a 1v2. They bunch up, they group up, and just try and overwhelm the opponent by double peeking, and that's the right way of going about it. He can't shoot both of you, and if he does, he deserves to win the round. don't make mistakes. Don't give your opponent the opportunity to come away with the round by handing him 1v1s, 2 separate 1v1s, which are very much winnable. Just pit him up against a 1v2, which is throwing everything you've got at him, and then you swing the odds in your favor. And that's what Too Easy did, and ended up winning that crucial pistol round. Now all they have to do is win the anti-force. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that may sound like an easy task, but trust me, we've been watching a lot of Indian CS over the past few weeks, and it seems as Herculean as surmounting Mount Everest at this point in time.
Well, I like how you put it. I absolutely love how you put it right there. But 3 Mac 10s and a UB45 to work with for Too Easy Gaming and AK-47 onto Pokey. So this is going to be interesting. Ditmaker is going to boost it up top. I mean, you know, he's just going to fall back. And, alright. They're just going to be dancing around inside drop zone on top of that plank. But in the meantime, Buster is going to get taken out. Rex is going to find the frag and the flashbangs. Lining everyone. Look at that. Pokey trying to find the headshot. The flashbang is going to land right near Pokey. And Batman is going around the corner with the Mac 10. Pokey finding the second one as well. Can he find more frags though? Can he find more frags? He's gonna be waiting around. The rock has been mollied off. Reaper Master is gonna find the frag. He's actually gonna find 2 while the teammates make their way towards the bomb site, and that is going to be the 10th round coming up. So AT Gaming on an eco round, not much they could have done, and Too Easy Gaming with those SMGs, they have done a lot of damage, and I'm kind of surprised. It's alright. I mean, Rexy can actually go in for the Mac 10 in this round at least, but if he dies out, the next round is going to be a little difficult for him because he won't have a lot of cash to work with for the resources. But yeah, it looks like it is doable for them. But in the meantime, the game has been paused. I need to confirm if it was paused by the admin. It has been paused by the admin, so I'm not quite sure what is happening, but it's definitely not working out for AT Gaming right now.
Well, whatever it was, I think it has been sorted out, and we are ready to go back live with the game. Too Easy 10, ATE 7, and Too Easy are now poised to go 4 rounds in the lead. Now, bear in mind, ladies and gentlemen, Too Easy did have a 5-round lead during the first half, and ATE, after they got their hands on the weapons, clawed their way back into the first half to end it 8-7, just barely missing out by 1 round. And that is a commendable effort. But the CT side has historically been the harder side to play on CobbleStone. Let's see if ATE have put in the time and basically know what they're doing. Kappa's going to go for an aggressive peek. Not really going to do much damage, but take a lot in return. It's just pistols, so nothing really to be afraid of. And it's more or less a B stack. And Recoil Master and Rexy, they're just... Pokey's just going in. Tito trying to find a kill on the backstab, but nope. Pokey finds 2 with the AK-47. I think they'll be a bit disappointed with that fact, because that's essentially $600 extra that they will not be getting in the bank, considering that they had 4 SMGs. And look at that. They're opting to keep the SMGs because they're going to bank on the fact that at least a couple of players on ATE will not have head armor. And that's exactly the case. Ryder, though, he ecoed both rounds, got the op, some utility, and Kevlar in a helmet. So he has enough sustain, as you MOBA fans would like to, call it, to survive this onslaught. And it's going to be a Sukha Bhel Rush B. Track straight from the annals of MM. And Rexy's just going to feel how most Rush B don't stop rushes feel in MM. It's just you come up against a wall and you just get smashed. Recoil Master in the meantime, hiding towards the Cubby Hellfighter, needs to be careful. He is going to get taken down, and Recoil Master doing a tremendous job and, getting... Well, let's be honest, Mamba. They get 3 kills. That's 2 kills more than what should have come in, considering the buy that Too Easy had taken in that round. An objective achieved. They did the economic damage. Now they all have AK-47s, utility, armor, everything, along with the kitchen sink to throw at ATE, while they will be struggling to put a buy together and have utility on the board as well.
Alright, so, there has been something that the opposition isn't really happy about, is the fact that... Alright, so nonetheless, AT Gaming wanted a pause, but they said they would not call it tactical timeout and ask the admin to pause in the meantime. So, yeah, they're upset about the fact that they are not using their tactical timeouts, and it was Too Easy who had to pause for AT Gaming right now. So, well, sportsman spirit coming in, but in the meantime, the buy coming in from Too Easy was kind of no, I won't say it's surprising because they have been doing this for quite a while now, but doing that on a map like CobbleStone is ballsy because of the range that you have to play. And even though they did shut the bomb site off, they did divide it into 2 parts with those smokes. But yeah, I think it was a little too ballsy for CobbleStone. But in the meantime, they are going to have everything they need to work with. 5 Molotovs, 5 smokes, 10 flashes, and this is going to be quite an interesting smoke. I am not entirely sure which smoke is this, but this is going to be a fast B take again, and I like the thinking. But the Molotov from the CTs is not going to allow them to go and push out now. The terrace side, not quite sure if it was supposed to be a fake or they just, at the last moment they decided to call it off, but well, they've pretty much used up. Well, they only used 2 smokes, so I like the thinking from both teams right now. And Ryder is going to get taken down to 29 points of health. The C4 is going to get dropped towards the B bomb side near Dragon Lore, and Buster is going to get smoked up while the Molotov comes inside towards drop zone, and Hellfighter falling back. So a really methodical approach coming in from 2EZ Gaming and just flashing them out one by one. But in the meantime, Tito being dropped down inside drop zone is going to go around the corner. He's going to get spotted. Now he knows that there is someone towards triangle, towards walkway, who's going to try and be watching the cross. But in the meantime, Deathmaker just waiting it out towards the staircase. The Molotov's coming in and Deathmaker will have to fall back. Almost being taken down by Pokey right there. But Pokey in the first one can get the second as well. The flashbang is going to be coming in. Hellfighter again the second one as well. Look at that spray down. Hellfighter is raining hell on the terrace side. It is going to be Tito all alone in a 1v4 again. The first one now has to do a lot of work. This is a little too much. Even though it's Tito, he is more than capable of doing this, but his position right now is a little too hard to play on because he cannot climb back on top of the drop zone. Just watching the smoke, expecting someone to come there, and the scoreline is 11-8 in the favor of the terrace side. And Kappa does not realize that Tito is going to be waiting it out towards the drop zone, and is he going to push out the 15 seconds on the clock now? This is going to be a little too much for Tito to do, so I think he's just going to fall back, try and save his gun up, and maybe just use it in the next round.
6 seconds left on the clock. It's do or die time. It's you don't want to die as a terrorist after time expires and you haven't gotten the bomb down. That's just a no bueno in my books, because you're not gonna get any round loss money. Your team is gonna be like, why do heck, just die, man, just die. You're not clutching a 1v3. The CTs have bomb control, they have positional advantage, yes, and the numbers advantage. It's not not gonna happen. And ATE also played very well that previous round. They didn't go aggressing, they didn't go hunting for the last frag. That's Tito. Played passive, played the bomb, played the time, and just allowed Tito to get desperate and hand them the kill rather. And they're going for the force. Alright, Tito has bought up the AK-47 along with the armor. We're gonna see that single hero AK buy up this. A lot of Eastern European teams used to do it back in the day, Navi especially. A lot of the CIS teams used to do it back in the day in CSGO. And now, recently in the Boston Majors, you saw Cloud9 do it quite often and to great effect as well. Won quite a few rounds off the back of the hero AK buy-up. And Tito's going to get boosted up towards long. Deathmaker gets spotted out, but unable to land that telling frag, and Deathmaker will manage to get his ass to safety. Same for Tito, but he's going to end up spraying down his teammate a little bit as well.
Well, this could be Pokey alongside Rexy, though, with a P250 and a CZ75 on Rex to work with. So this is going to be a little surprising for me, the way they are trying to approach this round. But the smoke is going to be coming up on top of drop zone. Deathmaker falling back while the terrace crosses towards the B platform, and Ryder is going to be falling back towards the A bomb side. So this buy coming in from the terrace side isn't exactly surprising, because they are going to have about $2,400 coming in the next round, so they will be able to buy up. And since the economy on the terrace side is a little more forgiving, that should not be an issue for them. And now I'm expecting one more fast play coming, but it has clearly not been working out, so they might as well not try and do that. But they are going to go in for the drop control, and Buster! Wait, did it just... Alright, but nonetheless, Deathmaker getting 2 frags right there. Trying to get the third one as well. He's going to get it, and this guy has been going crazy. He has been going monstrous with all of these impact frags and those important spray downs. But Badman is going to get spotted, and that is going to be a quad kill coming in for Deathmaker. So 2 quad kills. He was sitting on 12 frags, and suddenly now he's on 20.
Exactly. And wow, okay, a player timing out is Buster, just timing out of the server. Alright, so I think this is round for calling a technical timeout. I think we allow 15 minutes in case of technical difficulties and timeouts. for the players to rejoin into the server. But I guess ATE just gonna take a tactical timeout instead. All right, that's interesting. But like I said, again, this is the second half is quite frankly mirroring the first half. Too Easy get off to a flying start, and then ATE just immediately bounce back once the buy rounds come in and close the lead down. Now it's down to just one round, and it's coming down to a bar fight. It's ugly, it's brutal, and it's visceral. There's no finesse in the Counter-Strike that's being played right now. It's just aim duels, aim duels, aim duels, and trades. Trades being the only element of finesse or, proper Counter-Strike that I can see. It's just coming down to who hits the better shots in any given round. Like that 4-man spray down from Deathmaker, or even in the previous round, Deathmaker just going absolutely bananas with a triple kill. It's just coming down to the fact that, which team is hitting the better shots in each round, and that team is going to come away with the round regardless of what strat or what setup is being employed by the other. And I'm not a big fan of that necessarily, but hey, it makes for an interesting watch.
Well, it sure does make an interesting watch. While I was coughing by muting my mic and almost forgot that I had my mic muted. And this did actually happen to us in one of the matches I remember, where you took a pause, I started speaking, and then realized my microphone's muted. But getting back to the game, this is quite unfortunate Buster timing out, and we have been seeing this quite often, but lately it has reduced to quite an extent. But Buster is going to connect back to the CD side, and the game is going to proceed normally. But Recoil Master, he has to set up with the op. He has to go and get those openings, even though it doesn't have to be him. But since he is wielding the op, he can try and get those openings as well, trying to make it work. And if they can go in for that boost towards B plat again, he might just as well be able to find that opening, because he, I think it was Pokey, not quite sure whoever was with the hero AK play, could not get the opening from that spot. So it is going to be interesting to see how it actually works out. And this is turning out to be closer than I expected it to be. But we have Ryder on the MP9 on the CD side, all the resources in the world they need to work with on the Cherry side. Decent amount of resources, not bad. They actually have 5 smokes and 3 molotovs, so I'd say they actually have a good amount of resources. And yeah, talking about the way this game has been playing out, AT Gaming, somehow they managed to bounce back every single time, even though it looks like it's impossible for them. Somehow one of the players is actually going to pull it off, and then they just take it from there and do not give any rounds to Too Easy Gaming. So I think Too Easy Gaming need to figure it out where after this match is done. Obviously, download the demo, try and figure out where they went wrong. But in the meantime, Buster is going to be watching the drop zone. We have the C4 towards the A bomb side, towards mid to work with, and 2 guys towards the B bomb side. And Kappa, while being boosted up top, is just going to be a little skeptical if his teammate is watching his back, but I'm fairly certain he is. But Ryder has an MP9 to work with, so he won't really be able to cover him up if there is someone on the backstep towards A long. So this is quite ballsy coming in from Kappa. Fit.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that he's taken the risk of getting boosted up with just the MP9 as backup is rather impressive. And Kappa just getting completely deleted off the server instantly, not even getting, just getting 1 shot of damage into Badman, and that's gonna leave a huge gaping hole towards the A bomb side. Buster playing on the edge of fire, but he's gonna get spotted out a little bit premature on the trigger finger, but still manages to come away with the kill regardless. And wow, alright, playing that close angle with the MP9, putting it to great use there. But Hellfighter in the meantime has come back with 2 quick kills. It's come down to a 1v2. Rexy towards danger. Bomb control with the CTs. This is not what the doctor ordered for Too Easy Gaming. And now, again, all ATE need to do is not give the 1v1s. There's one player getting spotted. Very fortuitous for him that he didn't get fragged immediately. But Deathmaker and Hellfighter, that was all Hellfighter by the way. That 2-man spray down was what essentially won them that round, because Too Easy did have the man advantage going into the A bomb site, but Hellfighter was like, not today, and he brought it back for his team. And now ATE have brought the score back all even Stevens, and Too Easy Gaming are staring down the barrel of an armor pistol. They're on max loss bonus, it doesn't matter. They're gonna get $3,400 for the next round, so they're gonna have enough money in the bank for armor, Kevlar helmet, AK-47, and all the utility under the sun. But the thing is, the momentum has shifted. The confidence definitely squarely in favor of ATE Gaming, and we all know the old lads, Kappa, Buster, they thrive off of confidence plays. Look at that, Buster not leaving the left mouse button, just spraying people down and drop. And Deathmaker comes in to grab himself a juicy 3k while Buster gets the double. And that's the full house of frags between these two stalwarts of Indian CS. And that's the 12th round on the board for ATE. They just inch into the lead yet again. And now it's too easy playing the catch-up game.
Now, what is surprising is both the youngsters, right? Both the young guns, Hellfire and Deathmaker, have been the guys spraying people on, knowing people on. And Deathmaker has been playing his heart out as well. Look at the amount of frags he has, 24 frags. And Recoil Master as well on the terrace side has been playing fairly well. He has 23 frags to work with, but in the meantime, they are not going to have any ops to work with. There's going to be Ryder opting towards the B bomb side and Buster being boosted up top. I really like what the CD side has done, and then the terrace side is not going to expect this at all. They're not going to expect this. But Pokey just waiting it out. Buster hearing something out, and Pokey might as well just get taken down because he's going to get caught off guard. Does not realize that Buster is boosted up top is not going to come in. So almost, getting killed right there, but shaving death off by an inch. It is going to be Buster being boosted up top. In the meantime, Kalpa is going to be watching A long, and the C4 is going to make its way towards A bombs, and now they might get a lot of information if they feel any sort of movement towards A bomb side. The backstab is just going to come. It's just going to start coming in, and that's exactly what's going to happen. The flashbang is going to go up, which is going to blind a lot of people. But the smokes and the molotovs coming out as well. Deathmaker is going to spot Recoil Master. Is going to get taken down, and this is really unfortunate. And Kappa is on the backstab. Look at that. He's towards A long. We might as well have a guy coming in from mid. Now this is terrible. This is a terrible position to be in, but Pokey is going to find the backstab. Kappa is going to get taken now. Might expect the second guy, but Buster is going to get spotted. Now this is a round for AT Gaming to win because, Too Easy is going to have decent after plant positions. Now Rexy in a really good position as well. He's really watching window, or Titanic if you want to call that, and at the same time while Badman is playing a pretty aggressive angle. Pokey is going to get spotted. Will fall back though, having done a lot of damage. Rexy realizes no one coming. Titanic is going to get taken down by Ryder though. And Badman getting the second frag on the burst. Can Ryder pull it off though? It's going to be in a 1v2. And this looks really impossible. But nonetheless, that is going to be the equalizer coming up for the Cherry side now. The amount of cash that the T side has isn't that great. Now, if they end up losing this one, I think it's game done and dusted for Too Easy Gaming.
Yeah, and Kappa was in for the perfect flank, but again, just timing. Just smacking him in the face with the giant, well, for lack of a better word, just bad luck, because I can't say the word that comes into my mind right now. I don't want to get fired, Mamba. And he had a nade out, and Pokey peeked him, shot him in the face. And I just feel bad for Kappa because he played that very well. He conveyed the information based on the footsteps that he heard towards mid, and the rotation did come in on time, and he was in for the perfect flank. It was just him getting CS go'd so hard that I would have tilted off the face of the server by now if that had happened to me.
Well, maybe that's what. Timed out, so alright. Kind of unfortunate what has been happening, but the way AT Gaming has been playing this matchup, it has surprised me a lot. They have surprised me a lot because even
whoa, alright, that was
us being timed out as well.
Yeah, TeamSpeak.
That was TeamSpeak just dying on us.
Yeah.
But yeah, I sort of thought, why wouldn't you really laugh the jokes on the joke? So when you mentioned that, you would have tilted off the server, I said, that's the reason why we're casters and not players, right?
Well, I think, yeah, Mamba, I think you're timing out a little bit. I'm losing you. Let me just check my connection. Maybe some internet issues on my end. Alright, so scores 12-12. It is a timeout. Pause has been called. Buster timing out yet again. And, well, so far it has been a dogfight. Not the ones involving K9s, but the ones involving fighter planes. It's been a closely contested battle for every inch, every round of game real estate. And it's been a sight to behold. Like I've been saying, it's not been the prettiest iteration of Counter-Strike I've seen. or you've seen for that matter, but it has been a treatise to good aim, an ode to excellent snap shooting. Deathmaker, Hellfighter, Recoil Master, Kappa from time to time, Pokey from time to time, they've all come alive and they've all contributed to the team effort. I feel bad for Tito though. Ever since the departure of Shinchan, the in-game leading role for Too Easy Gaming has fallen on his shoulders, and he's still getting used to being the IGL. He's still not used to filling those shoes, and it has taken a hit on his fragging. Tito, last season, was the hard carry for Too Easy Gaming. He was dropping mad 25 plus frags almost every game he played in, but ever since he's transitioned over to the in-game leader role, he's kind of struggled to keep his frag numbers up there with the rest of his teammates, and it does show in the scores that Too Easy have been putting up. When Tito goes off, the opposition struggles to reach double digits against them, but when Tito's silenced, I mean, the opposition does have a good chance of coming back and actually taking the game off Too Easy Gaming.
Well, that's true, and the way it has weighed him down. I was talking to him the other day, and it is taking a toll on him. And that is when we talk about balance inside, right? It was such a balanced team. I mean, there's nothing more you could have asked for from that team. But it's unfortunate that Shinchan had to go and Tito had to pick up on the IGL role, and he hasn't been able to perform very well since. But the good part is Recoil Master has been stepping up. On the other hand, but the way it has been turning out for Tito isn't looking all that great. So I'm hoping that he can start fragging again, because that is going to be very crucial to the success of Too Easy and for the success of Tito as well, because he has just come in on the global map of competing in India, but well, that sentence doesn't even make sense, but he has just come out on a better team till I think it was July the last year. I think we all used to see him as a puck player, a really good puck player, and that's it. Because I found him on one of the random pucks that I was playing, and the way he played, it was pretty brilliant. And since he has joined Too Easy Gaming, it's just been a ladder that he has been climbing. So it's nice to see him and all the other players like Rexy coming up. But yeah, the IGL role is weighing him down. But in the meantime, Buster has timed out, so I'm not quite sure when he's going to be coming back. But this is a little unfortunate. Buster is actually from Mumbai, so not quite sure if it's an internet issue or is it a cafe issue, Fet.
I mean, Ryder, his own teammate, is just saying ki Buster busted is what he just typed out in chat. So there is this rolling meme called Dombivli Internet or something. I read this a lot being shared amongst the pros on CSGO India. So I guess this is a bad Buster has just come down with a bad case of Dombivli Internet. I'm not sure what that. I'm not from Mumbai, so I'm just gonna take Tito's word.
But just saying, Excali lives in Dombivli.
Yeah, he times out a lot.
Probably that's why. So we've had quite a few jokes running around a few areas of Mumbai, but yeah, Ghatkopar, Dombivli, and all the other places. Breach kind of seems to be doing fine for internet. But yeah, not everyone can afford to live over there. But in the meantime, Ritz just messaged me that he wasn't benched, he was on a vacation. Thanks for clearing it out, Ritz. I think it was Adi who mentioned on stream, and that is where I picked it up from.
Yeah,
so I apologize.
I think Ritz just got back from Bangkok, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Thailand,
yeah, one and the same thing. I don't know. I've never been outside the country. I've been abroad just once to Germany, but never been sightseeing in Southeast Asia. That is one of the things on my bucket list, actually, to go see, Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore. Just travel a little bit before, arthritis sets in.
It was about 9 years back, and it's a pretty beautiful. It was a pretty beautiful place. It was so nice. It's a small island. Like, you can just literally go around the island in an hour, and it's a beautiful place to be honest. So, if you can find the time from our busy casting schedules, I think you should try and do that. But you've been trying to pick up on developing. You've been trying to become a dev. So how's that working out for you, Fit?
Sleepless nights, lots of headaches, just banging my head against the table because the damn code just won't compile, and or throws up random ass errors because, oh look, I forgot to put a semicolon here. GG, well played.
that's my college life. Like that's my entire college life. So I can understand your pain. And you know, at a point, once you get to a certain point in programming, and you've been trying to solve this error for such a long time, and you solve it at the most random time possible, and then you solve so many errors throughout the code that, you know, if something breaks, you have absolutely no idea why it's broken, and if it's working, you don't have any idea why it's working either. So it happens while coding, and you just it's a constant learning process. You cannot memorize what the problems could be, and you know, whenever you face with the problem, you have to come up with a different solution. There could be a more optimized solution. Let's just talk about the memory leak that happened the last summer season, right? And it was you guys who found out when the major was happening. So things like these do happen, and the life of a dev is not easy at all. I think the casters actually have it fairly easy, to be very honest. So it's Ritz who has subbed in. Now this is gonna be interesting. Now he just came online before connecting the server. He messaged me. Well, he was actually pretty upset about the fact that we mentioned that he got benched, but nonetheless he's going to connect to the server, and I am presuming the cache has been taken care of. So well, we are going to go live. The score is tied at 12-12 now. Ritz is not warmed up. Now this is gonna be interesting because Buster had been playing really well. Ritz coming in onto the server, not being warmed up, not sure how the game has been played out. This is going to be a tough ask for Ritz.
And more importantly, Ritz, I think he gets dropped to FAMAS. He's just going to...
Nah,
he's going to be at $800, and it's just going to be a bit difficult for him. You know, it's going to be a strain on his team's economy, and you pointed out correctly, he's not warmed up, and he's going to have to step up into the big boy shoes very fast. The game hangs in a balance. Money is tight for both teams. Whoever wins these crucial rounds is essentially going to be winning this game from this point onwards.
Well, that's true, but in the meantime, we have Ryder on the swag 7, and this is going to be interesting. The flashbang is going to get thrown out. Not quite sure though, because there's no one really peeking towards B long. So I think that's a waste of a flashbang, and you should not be wasting your TP at all. Over the smoke flow on the CT side is going to be coming in, and it's going to be quite interesting to see how it actually works out. But the CT side playing 2 guys towards A bomb side, and 2 upstairs guys as well, you know, being on the lurk, trying to find an opening, and it is going to be Kappa being a little ambitious. But in the meantime, Pokey is just going to wait it out and try and get some sort of information for him to work with towards B bomb side, and the C4 has been dropped. So taking things really slowly, Fred over here. Alright, I think Fred might just have timed out, but in the meantime, it's going to be Tito who is going to be waiting on top of the drops. And Rexy is going to get taken on Hellfire again, the headshot onto him. And the swag 7 onto Ryder. The Molotov is going to get thrown out as well. States is going to get mollied off. And Pokey is going to be falling back. So this, I think, might just be an issue because Fed seems to have timed out, and we don't have any views to work with. But look at that shot! Ryder is going to destroy Pokey, and Batman is going to get taken down as well. Tito just in a 1v4. This is going to be a tough ask for him. Brits, it's going to get spotted. He's not going to get taken down. They're trying to go in for that one tap. Now he has given away his position. He's going to try and find the first frag. Deathmaker is going to get taken down. Hellfire is going to go down as well. Not being able to pull this off. Being overwhelmed right there. And the scoreline is going to be 13-12 in the favor of the CT side.
And like I said, the money was in such a crucial position. Like right now, too easy in possibly the most dreaded situation any Counter-Strike team can be in. The hard reset. They won a round and then they lost the immediate following, the next immediate round. And their money isn't great. They're going to get $1,900 for the next round. They don't have that much in the bank to actually go for the full utility buy. And look at Ritz. He's just not taking any prisoners. He means business. He's going to come out.
And Batman being taken down right there. Recall Master is actually going to go down to Batman taking a lot of damage. But too easy. For some reason, they're not looking that strong. It's not turning out to be all that easy for them. But Rexy is going to be the last guy surviving. He's going to go down as well. And that is going to be the 14th round coming up for ET Gaming. While Too Easy Gaming have to step it up now. This is a do-or-die situation. If they lose this round, they are going to lose the entire matchup. So they have to go out and get those crucial frags, Fed.
Yeah, and Kappa there, yes, he was isolated on that A bomb site for a very long time and he held strong. Survived on 14 HP, getting 3 kills. Haters are gonna say that, yeah, it's just against echoing pistols. But when 3 pistols, that 2 PU50s, are bum rushing you, well, I kind of shit myself more often than not and, you know, not get anything done. But Kappa held his nerve and that's why he's a professional player, ladies and gentlemen. He holds his nerve. And got the kills, did what was necessary. Now Pokey, he's in a good position, does get the spray down onto Ryder. There's just one player left on the A bomb side. That's Kappa. Scratch that. He's in the grave. He's 6 feet under. Now Recoil Master with the Galil, not taking any prisoners, smoking off Titanic or balcony. And look at where Rexy's playing. Just by APC. Needs to be careful. Deathmaker has snuck out. And he's going to get the kill. In the meantime, Rexy still playing towards the engine of the APC marking door. Needs to be careful. Badman gets 2 quick kills. Now it's all down to Ritz in a 1v4. And Ritz is not going to land a single shot. And Too Easy just returning the favor to ATE. They got reset. And now it's ATE's turn to feel the economic crunch. And again, Ritz. Oh, okay, wait. Just joined back. Alright, so that was like a momentary internet brain fart, I guess. And he's back. So, no harm, no foul, but it is going to be hard eco territory. Double eco, in fact, for 3 players. This is not good, Mamba. Not good at all.
This isn't great, and could it be an overtime fit? It's been quite a while since we've seen overtime, but in the meantime, it is going to be 3 Deagles to work with on the CD side and Kappa and Ritz on the CD side, having only USPS to work with. So, oh well, murdering the chicken right there. Ritz is going to peek around the corner. Deathmaker is going to get taken down to 15 points of health, and I'm assuming he would probably change up the Deagle to work with, but Ritz is going to get spotted. Will probably get taken down as well, and Recoil Master not spotting the CT right there. And Deathmaker is going to go down, missing out on the first shot. I would have rather given my Deagle to Ritz in that point. So I'm on 15 points of health, but Kappa is going to go try and go in on the backstab. Will get spotted, will get taken down, and Hellfighter playing really passive on the bomb side is going to go down as well, being utterly destroyed. And it is going to be Ryder versus Innovator. I think he might as well go in for the save and try and use that Deagle up in the next round. Might just be useful. So he's going to try and take some guns off the cherry side, and so unlucky, right? The timing was not at all in his favor. He's going to get taken down by Recoil Master, and the scoreline is going to be 14-14. It is going to get tied out. The CT side is going to go in for an eco, and they will try and push it to overtime, or maybe not. They are actually going to buy up. So this is turning out to be quite an interesting round fit.
Indeed, and the previous round, perfect anti-eco. Not a single point of damage being taken by Too Easy Gaming. That is how incisive they were. And scores are tied. Whoever wins this round, well, Too Easy still have money in the bank to go for a buy, but ATE putting everything into this round. They've bought up completely. And look at this fast play up mid. They're just YOLOing up mid. Raids playing from stables, gets one, immediately getting traded out. There is another player, Kappa, who does get spotted out, does do a lot of damage onto Badman, but they know exactly where he is. He's going to do even more damage now as they fall back, but Tito gets the kill. Man advantage to the T's, and this is looking really bad for the CTs because they have 1 FAMAS, 1 M4, and Deathmaker gets Badman with the Kobe of Dreams, but immediately answered back by Rexy. Ryder being put in his grave. And Hellfighter sneaking out of hut. Both the players sticking to each other like, well, Siamese twins. But Rexy going to be performing an instant separation surgery. And Hellfighter brings it down to a 1v1. It's all down to Tito Savage. Hellfighter, can he do it? Yes, he can. Clutches that round from the jaws of defeat. Does have a kit. Does he have the time? I think he's got it. I think he's got it. And ATE, that gamble paying huge dividends. And I can tell that every player in that team just yelled out in defiance. And, well, ATE Gaming on the precipice of victory. Too Easy Gaming do have enough money to buy into it. ATE, on the other hand, don't. So, again, 2 crucial rounds back-to-back for them. They have to do it all. Otherwise, well, they either win it or it's overtime.
Well, I don't even know what to say, and that was a really good round coming from AT Gaming. The mental fortitude to the max, and Ritz is going to be smoking mid while spamming through. His teammate is going to be spamming through and expecting a quick B play. The monster is going to go out, and they actually have read it. perfectly, and Hellfire is just going to be waiting around smoke, and Pokey is going to get taken on as well. The Molotov going towards Chicken Coop. Rexy will try and find the opening, but maybe not. He's going to get destroyed. And AT Gaming might just as well be able to pull this off, but Batman is going to find 2 entries. Is going to reduce it to a 2v3 situation. Now this is doable for the Terrorists, and Ritz is going to be on the backside. He's going to get taken down, being a little too ambitious. Is this going to get pushed to overtime? It is going to be Copper and Deathmaker on the CD side, and Tito and Recall Master on the Terrorist side, and the flashbang is going to get avoided. And oh, look at that! Deathmaker is going to get destroyed. Copper is going to be in a 1v2, has to pull this off to save his team from being pushed into overtime. The flashbang is going to get thrown out as well. He's going to try and go in. The Molotov coming in. Now he has to make a move. He has to make a move, being taken down to 50 points. Phil surviving. Barely surviving, and Tito is going to get spotted. Is going to get taken down as well. Can he find the frag? No, that is not going to happen. And Recall Master is going to push it to overtime, getting the frag onto Kappa. And well, we are back to square one.
Yep, overtime it is, Mamba. Overtime it is. Sar, what are your feelings, Sar? How are you feeling?
Well, my feelings are talking about my feelings are pretty hurt because I was supposed to be studying in about the next 15 minutes, but in the meantime, it is going to get pushed to overtime, and 2Easy Gaming somehow Recall Master with almost 30 frags. And both the teams have been stepping up. We've been seeing individual plays, and it is pretty interesting. This is turning out to be quite a match for the spectators, isn't it?
It is indeed, and Recoil Master just you know, proving to ATE Gaming ki udhar kappa to idhar pappa. Just, you know, clutching out that crucial 1v1 to drive the game into overtime. ATE, okay, on the cusp of victory. I hope they have the mental fortitude to come back from this, but I mean, it's just been that kind of game. Momentum has swung so wildly in the extremes. There's been no team that's been able to capitalize on their run of good rounds. Ryder getting caught off guard, but I mean, both Deathmaker, Ryder and Cap are taking a lot of damage. Rexy the only one to take any on the T side, so I'd say advantage to the T's at this point, but I like this aggression coming up towards A-Long. And Recoil Master and Badman getting forced off, you know, the aggressive angles. And I like what Kappa and Ritz did there. They got the map control, they laid down the utility and relinquished it, taking more passive angles, playing a safer game. But I'm not really sure why Kappa's gone for the FAMAS in the first on the first round of overtime. He has $10,000. Maybe he's saving for the future because the CT economy, as I've been saying, is harder to maintain. And 10k, if you lose 2 rounds on the CT side in overtime, third round you're left with nothing but scraps. But that shouldn't be the attitude that you're going in with during the first round. And Deathmaker opening things up. Tito bites the dust almost immediately, and that's man advantage to the CTs, and they should not be looking to give this round up. Kappa going to take up an aggressive stance, and I guess he's going to come out with the kill. Good flashbang, and there we go. One almost gets the second.
That was going to be Rexy and Pokey in a 2v4. They have to pull this out. I know it's going to be as hard as what a shot by Ryder. What a shot. And Ritz with the AWP doing some work as well. Pokey is going to get taken down, and that is going to be the first round going in the favor of AT Gaming in the first half of the first overtime. But talking about 2Easy, they still have a decent amount of cash to work with. 2 more rounds to go in the first half, and this is looking promising for the CD side. The way they have been playing, the way they played in the last round as well, and quite promising. And Ritz, stepping it up with the AWP to work with, so it's turning out to be a fairly decent fight for both the teams, and they are putting up quite a show. And you know what happens to be a good match for the viewers is a really bad match for the casters, because at a point you just start contemplating the plays that these guys have been making. You start questioning those decisions, but the flashbang is going to be coming in. Oh, what a shot! The timing by Ryder onto Recall Master. Ritz is going to find the frag onto Rexy as well, and this is quite uncharacteristic of it. You know, you don't usually see him hopping, but he's going to be connecting those shots really well. And Tito is going to be on top of the drop zone. Not quite sure what seems to be the issue for the Terror side, but they haven't really been able to play the way they play usually, even though we've seen some real good examples, exemplary plays in terms of teamwork, but it's just somehow not working out for them. Reds is going to be throwing in that nade, will not do a lot of damage, but will force him back, and he's going to get taken down. This is quite unfortunate. It is going to be Tito and Badman on the Terror side, and the flashbang is going to be coming in as well. The Molotov coming in from the CDs toward the staircase, not allowing them to go down. And well, alright, he's just getting mollied off again. Not quite sure why. Oh, there are 3 Molotovs in the same spot, but Ryder is just going to wait it on. Oh, look at that shot. The Deathmaker is going to get taken down. And Ryder gets the first one, can get the second as well. Trying to go in for the no-scope. He's going to get taken down, being a little too ambitious over there, feeling a little too adventurous. It is going to be Tito playing the patience game, expecting someone to come there. It is not going to happen. Kappa finally losing his patience and he's going to move a bit. But Tito, look at that. Look at the amount of confidence he has in terms of the patience that he possesses. But, well, 15 seconds on the clock. Now he has to make a move, and Hellfire and Kappa are not falling back. They are not falling back. They do realize he doesn't have enough time to work with, and he'll have to go in towards the B-bomb site to try and plant the bomb down. Now Kappa is going to peek around the corner, will not get taken down. Oh, finally will get taken down. Can he find the frag? Nope, that is not going to happen. Hellfighter is going to shut him down towards the bomb site, and that is going to be the second round going in the favor of AT Gaming.
Yep, and 17 to 15. Too easy. They just about have enough money to eke out a buy, but they're going to be really light on the utility. ATE, on the other hand, have everything they could ask for. Full kitty of nades, double op, rifles across the board, kits on everybody. They're just 5 Scrooge McDucks right now, playing a round of Counter-Strike. And Too Easy will have their work cut out for them. They've just been very lackluster in this overtime ever since it started on their T side. They look like they've lost the will to fight. They're just going in like, bleh, khatam karo yaar. And again, it's a B-rush and not checking the corners. Hellfighter will get that frag. The trade coming in. Good nade. Hellfighter destroying Tito. And now, although Recoil Master has made his way onto the bomb site, Deathmaker lies in wait, and Deathmaker, the harbinger of death, destruction, and, well, you get the drift, but Badman, he's got something to say about it. Gets one kill. Whoa! Okay then. Sweet, juicy, succulent one tap there for Badman, and with that Too Easy finally do pick up one round on the T side of overtime.
This was such a brilliant shot. Badman played it to perfection, and I actually, the first time when I heard about Badman coming to Too Easy, I thought he might be a misfit, but he's proving me wrong. He's absolutely proving me wrong right now. Stepping up when his team needs him, and has 7 MVPs as well. 30 frags from 2 players on Too Easy, and on the AT Gaming side, 30 frags by Deathmaker and Hellfire, lingering around right behind him on 27 frags now. This, this might just not be the half for Too Easy Gaming unless they lose out in the first round. But they are going to go in for the double up setup as well. Recoil Master and Tito Savage with the ops to work with. So it is going to be quite interesting to see how it actually works out. But in the meantime, Rexy is not going to go in for the head armor, and a good choice as well. He doesn't need the head armor. No one's going to go in for a MAC-10 or a UMP-45 in the first round of the second half in an overtime. So, well, both the teams playing things pretty passively. And Tito is going to be scoping in from Chicken Coop towards the B bomb side, towards the the B plat area. I'm not a big fan of this angle because you can always be mollied out, but Rexy is going to get mollied out as well from the drop zone. He has to fall back, and the Molotov just being visible through the wall, which is quite surprising. But nonetheless, the smoke is going to go in towards B long area. Pokey is going to be waiting out towards triangle, and Rexy waiting for the flashbang to come in towards drop zone and then peek out, try and get the frag. And Pokey playing a really, really, well, dangerous angle, I'd say. But the smoke is going to be coming in towards the walkway, and the flashbang from Pokey is not really going to blind anyone. Look at that. Tito is going to miss out on the shot. Quite uncharacteristic. He's going to be throwing in the smoke as well, trying to fall back if can, and he's going to get destroyed by Hellfighter. It's going to be everything on the Pokey to try and salvage this round. The flashbang is going to go up, and that is not the most ideal. Flashbang is still going to blind one of the players, and Kappa is going to find the headshot onto him. And this is, the things are going down the drain for Too Easy Gaming right now. And it is going to be Recoil Master just waiting, trying to spot someone if we could get the frag. And he's not going to get spotted. Deathmaker is going to be watching the drop zone. Badman coming in. I think they are still positive about the retake. This it's quite surprising. They do have a little amount of resources, and the flashbang being so nice, blinding everyone towards B long and towards the walkway, while Recoil Master finds the frag. Deathmaker is going to get the trade frag. Recoil Master reducing it to a 2v1. The Molotov is going to get thrown. It's going to get spotted by Rit, and he is going to get taken on as well. One round away from victory, edging closer and closer after every single round. AT Gaming, match point and map point coming in for them. Can Too Easy pull this off? I'm not quite sure.
I mean, last time ATE had 1 map point and Too Easy managed to pull it back. Let's see if Too Easy have the gumption and the have the determination to actually do it twice in a row. Given the way that they've been playing, it doesn't look likely, and the fact that Tito with the AWP completely soiled the bed there towards Chicken Coop, not getting a single frag and just dying, just giving up his life, keeling over and dying always, keeling over and falling over, just not really doing anything of worth there. Unfortunate, and they really needed their IGL to step up in that situation, and now it's just gonna be one of those things that ATE just need to pucker up and finish, because this is now their game to lose. They have 2 match and map points, they have the weapons advantage, they have all the utility under the sun to work with. There's no excuse for losing this game at this point in time. That's a really nice smoke, by the way, from Kappa to smoke off crossing.
But in the meantime, Pokey is going to be creeping up, and I'm not quite sure if Pokey is especially fond of this, but he's getting blinded to eternity, being blinded for 5 straight seconds, and Recall Master is going to find the headshot onto Kappa, and 2easy Gaming trying the best to push it to the second overtime, but look at that though, Deathmaker with the headshot onto Rexy. Pokey is going to spot him, he's going to get destroyed as well, and Deathmaker with those amazing entries. What do you have to say about that though? And the flashbang being thrown out towards the B-bomb side is going to be falling back. And look at man, you cannot miss those shots, you can absolutely not miss those shots, and Ritz opens up the A-bomb side. Now this is looking like an impossible task for 2easy Gaming. They have to go in for this, they absolutely have to pull this off, while Ritz falls back towards mid, and it is going to be Recall Master and Tito Savage on the retake. Can they pull this off? That they do not have a kit to work with, and it's just waiting now. Tito is going to be coming in towards the truck, towards the money truck, and Recall is going to get spotted, not being able to, not being taken down though. He's going to be in a 1v3, and this is quite unfortunate the way it's actually being played out, but nonetheless the scoreline is going to be 16-19 in the favor of AT Gaming, and well, quite a surprising result, quite a surprising overtime as well, but nonetheless there is nothing you can do about it, and credit where it's due. AT Gaming play their hearts out, played real good Counter-Strike, 2easy, making some exemplary plays while being on the retake, but nonetheless it was a pleasure casting for you guys. Until the next time, it's going to be Mamba and Fetz signing off.
Welcome back to the studio segment of the ESL India Premiership 2018 Summer Season Masters League, brought to you by Omen, by HP, HyperX and Intel, and presented to you by Nordwind Gaming and ESL. Now, this game has been a surprise. I did not notice the 2easy logo change.
Yep.
It's a very interesting logo. And for a change, Kanwardeep, a lot of you gamers would know Kanwardeep. He has not hollered at us saying Nova, aka Nova. Hey, this has been copied from the internet. Get them to change the logo. That's what Nova does half the time.
No, so the earlier logo was not copied anyway.
No,
so
it was not, but Nova does it. It's a habit of his.
I know, but that logo was much better than this one.
Maybe. But moving on.
This logo is like an ode to Tron, sort of, the current logo.
Okay. But sadly, not the day for 2easy Gaming there. They lose in the overtime with 3 rounds.
It was 19-16,
yeah. 16-19 now, because 2easy alphabetical.
Yes, but 81, so 19-16.
So 19-16, because ATE Gaming won with a score line of 19.
So at least it's safe to say, right, that ATE's best map is definitely CobbleStone. And it makes sense. It makes sense because they have Hellfighter and Deathmaker, right? They are, they're from the region that loves Cobble.
And they have Ryder.
Okay, so by the way, I should clarify, Ryder was their substitute, and we did, Mamba got a message during the stream. I'm sorry, Ritesh, that I said you were benched, but that's the information we had. It's okay. So apparently he was just enjoying a vacation. That's the only reason he wasn't in the starting lineup.
You benched a guy while he was on vacation. The amount of mental torture he must be going through.
I know, honestly, the tournament hasn't even started and he's gone on vacation.
This is how it is. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how Aditya rolls. I was away for a family trip and Vagish never showed up. Ritz is on a vacation. Ritz has been benched. This is the guy who's taking over news channels and screeching. The nation needs to know. He's the guy. He's the
Either
guy.
way, so I just want to speak a little bit about ATE, right? They definitely had a game plan going into CobbleStone. We saw a couple of fakes coming out of them as well, so that was a really good point to note. Like, they at least had the fakes, and they were good. Their CT hold was also really good. Some of their crossfires, I thought that they were playing really defensively some of the rounds at A, but the crossfires just worked out because they were just back at, like, at the back of B's at A site in the little cubby. Like, that cubby is generally Molotoved out, but too easy under the pressure. They did not Molotov it. Plus, their bank wasn't so good, right? So they couldn't. And it worked out for AT in that sense eventually because Too Easy definitely looked uncomfortable on this map, and I said this before as well. This veto does not look good for Too Easy, and I think that's where the mistake was made by Too Easy. I think any other map, and they could have closed it out, Too Easy would have won because they were in the lead for a very, very long time. But I like at least AT listened to me a little bit, and they showed some of that.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, they've showed some of that teamwork. They showed some of that teamwork, some of that
the accuracy,
the accuracy as well. Yeah,
experience.
accuracy was definitely shown by Deathmaker, by the way. He had a great game. And just other than that, yeah, I mean, I'm glad to see AT finally putting a win on the board, and I think it was well deserved. And Hellfighter was actually their best player, but to me, Deathmaker stood out a lot more.
All right.
Yep.
That's what you have to say about this game.
Yes.
Are you very sure about it?
Yes, I am,
Anything to
because
add?
I know why you're doing that. I can see Zera standing there. She's like, let's go with Dora, let's go with Dora. And you're like, let me just torture her a little
Fine.
more.
Tell me the MVP and we'll get done with it.
So, like I said, I'll be the MVP according to So Strong Stats is Hellfighter. But for me, the MVP is Deathmaker. 35 kills, a 4K, lots of double kills, a couple of triple kills as well, and a lot of round impact with 7 entry frags and 5 revenge frags. So, yeah. It was definitely Deathmaker for me. I think he turned the game around on its head, especially with some of those B holds, and the retake, man. That 1v3 retake was ridiculous.